reason why I wasn't sure if I was going to come on this morning and do one, but then I thought if I didn't, you'll all be wondering where I was. So when it's just a quiz, it's, you know, it's a mix of different questions. So this quiz that I'm doing for you today is very tricky. It's classed as a hard trivia quiz. So there's 20 questions, and they're quite tricky. They're a mix of general knowledge, bit of a trivia, things that you probably should know, but you probably don't. So you'll definitely learn something today. So good luck, best of luck with it. If you're wondering what I'm eating, do you remember when I made crumpets and I actually made them fresh? Well, these are the ones that were bought from the supermarket. So this is how they were meant to turn out. I think I'm never going to make crumpets again, though. They were nice, they were all right, but they weren't the best. So I thought, well, they're just as cheap to buy from the supermarket. So we had to go at it anyway. Hello, Daniel. Happy Friday. So I don't know if you watched the St. Paddy's Day quiz. You're no longer at Morrison's. Oh, why? How come? You're so nice, though. Also, my coffee, I was on this morning, I was making a stew. I was telling you about my coffee machine. Fortunately, it's not as good. It's not as, it's not working very well. So I've had to go for filter coffee. Can you see that? Filter coffee, everybody. I'm not a fan of filter coffee, but you know, when you want a nice coffee, you know, it's the next best thing. So remember to share out, guys. They let you go. Oh God. Well, hopefully things will improve for you soon. So we're going to go to the quiz. We've got 20 questions. Okay, remember to share out, subscribe, and if you really like the broadcast, to sponsor, which you don't have to do, but you can send awards if you have any awards. Now, I know a lot of people, like myself, is if you're using the free awards, okay, then you like to build them up. So if you have and you would like to donate, you can do, but you don't have to. Or if you want to leave them and build them up, you can do that as well. So so we're going to make a start. Let me just finish this crumpet. You have to eat them when they're hot. They are absolutely delicious, though. Maybe not as much butter on. Well, this is margarine, but this is what we like to do, don't we, Daniel, over here? We take our crumpets and we put butter on them. They go in the toaster. Not with butter in. You could do maybe if you wanted to, but no, I wouldn't advise that. Is put the crumpet in the toaster, let them toast for about 3 minutes, then put loads of butter on, well, like margarine, and it all just soaks in, but you have to eat them warm. Thank you for the high award, Daniel. I do appreciate that. Okay. So for the first few questions, I'm going to kind of finish my crumpets at the same time. Okay, so if we're all ready, remember to share out on Periscope. There's only, how many days is left of Periscope now? We've got, what day is it today? It is the 19th. So we have, it's 12 days. 12 days, including today. No, 13 days. So, yeah, I think we're going to all miss Periscope. But as I say, people are going their own ways now and going on to different channels. If you're watching on Periscope, consider Haps, because it is a lot better. You might have downloaded Haps for the first week, but it was in it's still in a beta mode, and it is getting better. It's a lot smoother than it used to be, and it will get better. It's like the early days of Periscope. So do come on to Haps, and if you use my referral as well, they're doing like this. I don't think I'm ever going to win this referral challenge, but you never know, do you? You can, I don't know if you type in the name or click on the link when you download it, or it asks for a name or something, who referred you, I'm not sure. But anyway, that doesn't really make any difference. But come on to Haps, so you can see all the answers and play all the games as well. So question number 1 then. Okay, if we're all ready, remember, don't put the answers in the box. I wish there would be an update where you could pin a post so I can put on there, do not put the answer in the box. In fact, let me chat it in. I'll put it in the box. 1 second. Do not, I'm trying not to move the tripod too much. Do not put answer. Oops. I don't think people see that anyway when they log in. Like, you know, as a new person. Do not put answer in box. There we go. So yeah, do not put the answer in the box. There we go. It's a little bit simple. So question number 1 then. So if you're watching this on replay, thank you for watching on the replay. And here's the quiz. So number 1, who was the second president of the United States? So a lot of people know who the first president was, but who was the second president of the United States? Now, I didn't even know this. So have a think. We've got 20 questions, by the way. Some might have extra points. So remember, put the answer on a piece of paper. Who was the second president of the United States? So I'm just going to give you about 30 seconds on each question. The trouble is, though, and a lot of people have done this before, is whenever you eat crumpets too fast, what happens? Everybody knows what happens when you eat crumpets too fast. You get hiccups. It always happens, doesn't it? I'm hoping that doesn't happen live on the quiz. But they're so delicious. Okay, so that was your first question. Who was the second president of the United States? Hello, Dina. Remember, don't put the answers in the box if you're taking part. Lovely to see you. Question number 2. Okay, there's 4 points up for grabs here. Should make a note of all these points, shouldn't I? So question number 2, for 4 points, you get 1 point for each of these for the answers. I want to know, what are the 4 main blood groups? Actually, that's not too bad, actually. I think most people know their own blood group. I did know my own blood group, but then I completely forgot what it was. But I know my mum's are quite a rare blood group, so I think I'm the same. Oh my gosh, I love crumpets when they're actually made properly. But we tried. So that was question number 2. Have a think. What are the 4 main blood groups? Thanks, Dean. It's nice to see you too. How's the weather where you are? Let me know. Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it cold? Is it cold? Yeah, but it's cold in Malmö in Sweden. Hello, JB. How are you doing? Okay, so there's 4 points up for grabs down for number 2. Remember, don't put your answer in the box. So I'm looking for the 4 main blood groups. And question number 3. Okay, how many countries border Germany? How many countries border Germany? So it's a bit of a different day for me today. It's like I feel I've woken up. I had such a good sleep last night. Oh my word. I mean, yesterday I didn't feel very well, probably because of all the beer that I had on Wednesday. But I didn't have loads. At least I was productive when I was actually drinking, because I went out and went litter picking. And I somebody told me, did you know what you did on St. Paddy's Day after you drunk so much beer? Yes, I went litter picking, and I came back with 2 massive bagfuls of rubbish from around the area. So it's definitely makes it interesting. I was going to scope it, but I thought it was a bit boring. So if you see a piece of litter, guys, it don't matter where you are in the world, the fact that you see a piece of litter on the floor and you walk past it and don't pick it up shows that you're just as bad as the people that actually put it there, because you have to pick up the litter. You don't have to pick up after everybody, but if you see it again and again and again, nothing gets done, just get a bag and pick it up. 5 seconds. It's not that difficult. And have a few drinks and go out and pick it all up if you like. If that's what I did. So it's definitely interesting. So question that deserves an award. If there's a litter picker award, I'm going to create that, a litter picker award. Question number. So that was number 3. How many countries border Germany? You're going to do Swedish pancakes. Oh, that sounds nice. I'm going to watch that. What time are you on, JB? And I'll come on. Are you doing that on Haps? Because you're on Haps now, aren't you? Question number 4. Okay. Where did Moses receive the 10 Commandments? So where did Moses receive the 10 Commandments? Let me have a look at the answer for that so I can give you a clue. I should also point out for number 3, I'm just looking for the number, okay? The number of countries. Don't give me which countries they are, just give me the number, because I can't really give that many points out. It's quite a high amount, okay? There's a clue. But number 4, where did Moses receive the 10 Commandments? I can give you a clue. It is it's a place that's quite high up. There's your clue. But I don't ever give clues. You're lucky today. I don't know what's going on. You're getting clues. You're getting crumpets. You know, you might even be deserved. You might even get me to take my hat off soon as well. But it's getting very long, my hair. I can't get it cut until the 12th of April, and that's not even set in stone. That's when the hairdresser's open. So if I'm lucky to get an appointment, it'll be that week. Or do I keep growing my hair? What do you think? And question number 5. Okay. What date, so I'm looking for a date, is Earth Day? So Earth Day, that's the planet we live on, guys, not something else. Earth Day celebrated annually across the world. So what date? I'm not looking for a day, I'm looking for a date. So there's 365 days in the year, but what date of the year is it? You say with strawberry jam, I don't know. I usually start later than I say, but maybe one to 3 hours. Is that in 1 to 3 hours time from now, or is that between 1 and 3? So, but your time. So I'm guessing that will, yeah, because in fact it's probably like, what time is it? In Denmark it's 12:44, isn't it? So it can't be. Okay. So within the next 2 hours or so. Okay. So that's number 5. What date is Earth Day celebrated annually across the world? And question number 6. Thanks, JB. Thank you. And question number 6. Okay. Who composed Moonlight Sonata? Who composed Moonlight Sonata? Spelled Sonata. Moonlight Sonata. Yeah, because I thought if I don't come on Friday morning and do this quiz, I would have felt a bit out of place, because you get used to it. And I like the Friday morning quiz. I think in the future, like I'll do a Friday morning quiz if that, depending on what happens, doesn't it, in the future, and maybe get rid of the Monday morning quiz. I don't know. Depends on, because I'm doing 2 at the moment, one on a Monday, one on a Friday. But I have to choose the dates, which is good for people in Europe, but good for people waking up in America. So that's why I come on about lunchtime. But if there's a better time you'd like me to come on at, do let me know. I can sort of stretch to do it in the afternoon later if you want me to. Okay. And question number 7. Okay. What is the highest number on the pH scale? What is the highest number on the pH scale? I think somebody's going to have to send me a coffee, because I'm not a massive fan of filter coffee, and I'm going to be going for a walk soon, so I might have to go to Starbucks. So basically, my coffee machine that I have, I've had it a few number of years, and about Christmas time, it started making this funny noise, like the motor was, and I thought it was the pressure. No water was coming through. I maybe could do with like putting some of this stuff through it and cleaning it that way. Maybe it needs a clean. And I'm out of coffee pods as well, so I'm like, I've got no coffee, and I'm like drinking this. It's okay. It's not the best. Not as nice as my other coffee, but maybe I should sort of cut back a little bit, because I do have quite a lot of coffee. But Dina knows what I'm talking about. I'm sure everybody else knows what I'm talking about. I feel a bit like, Okay, so that's number 7. What is the highest number on the pH scale? And question number 8. Okay, this is a sort of British question. If you're watching in Australia, New Zealand, you might guess this as well. Which Royal Navy vessel was commanded by Captain James Cook on his first voyage of discovery to Australia and New Zealand? Now, I've shown you this, I believe. I don't think it's the real thing, but I think it's like a cock. was meant to say a mock, a mock-up. I was meant to think like a mock-up, you know, like the actual Voyage, the first boat, like the ship. But what vessel? That's what I was meant to say. Vessel was commanded by Captain James Cook. Now, remember, I've shown you this in Whitby, and I think they're actually going to be building an actual museum as well. So when you come and visit, and you want to go and see where he left, because do you remember I was talking about the money, Dina, and Morley, where I live, has been given money. Well, Whitby, where Captain Cook set sail from, has also been given a lot of money as well, and they're going to be building like a museum. So, and it's going to be named after him, obviously. So that should be really good. You'd have thought that would have been there anyway. Okay, so which royal vessel was commanded by Captain James Cook on his first voyage? I'll tell you something, Mike. If you're probably watching this right now, and you're probably laughing your head off after what you said. Okay, number 9. Sorry, guys. This is what makes my scopes. We still say scopes. It's still a scope, and I'm going to keep saying scope. Makes them interesting. Question number 9. Okay, to the nearest minute, how long does it take sunlight to travel to Earth? So just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, guys, just to check the delay. Okay, so to the nearest minute, how long does it take sunlight to travel to Earth? So just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I think we're about a minute delay. I love annoying Naomi so much. Wow, what have you done, Dina? What have you done? What has the mother done? So that's question number 9. To the nearest minute, how long does it take sunlight to travel to Earth? Don't put the answer in the box, not yet. And question number 10. So we're halfway through the quiz. Number 10. What does the Statue of Liberty carry in her right hand? So what does the Statue of Liberty carry in her right hand? You should all guess that one if you've been to New York. I can't believe I've never been to New York, though. There's loads of Brits who would love to travel there. And there's vice versa, loads of Americans that like to come to England. Okay, and question number 11. Okay, what is the largest I can't say this word, herbaceous, I think it's pronounced, herbaceous flowering plant? So what is the largest herbaceous or herbaceous, is it herbaceous? Flowering plant. If I was connected to the internet, I would actually get Google to repeat that back to me, but I think it's herbaceous. What is the largest herbaceous flowering plant? For number 11. And question number 12. How many tales are told in the Canterbury Tales? So how many tales are told in the Canterbury Tales? Okay, I'll give it, it's more than 10. There you go, I'll give you a clue. It's more than 10. So pop your answer on a sheet of paper. And question number 13. Which infamous gangster was known by the nicknames of Jack Rabbit and Public Enemy Number 1? Number 13. Which infamous gangster was known by the nicknames of Jack Rabbit and Public Enemy Number 1? I'm not seeing all the comments, okay? I'm trying to get through the quiz a little bit quicker today because I know you've had so many quizzes this week and my battery's quite low again because on a morning, Friday morning, I do a lot with my phone, so with dance classes and stuff, so I don't always get a chance to charge my phone up. And I wasn't sure if I was going to come on as well today. So we're okay, though. We're okay. Number 14. Which famous baseball player was married to Marilyn Monroe? Which famous baseball player was married to Marilyn Monroe? You're all thinking. I can't give you any clues. I don't really want to give as many clues, but okay. So that was question 14. And oh, got a maths question coming up soon. That should be interesting. And question number 15. Okay, what year? So what year was the Representation of the People Act introduced in Great Britain, giving women who met a certain criteria the right to vote for the first time? So what year was Representation of the People Act introduced into Great Britain, giving women who met a certain criteria the right to vote for the first time? You look back at that and you think, now, who met a certain criteria? You won't get that in 2021. Well, there is places that still are, unfortunately, but that needs to get eradicated, doesn't it? Okay, so there you go. That was question 15. Hopefully we're still on. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me just like the broadcast as well. Don't forget to like the broadcast, and it shows who was actually here. You don't have to comment. You can just like the broadcast or tap the screen. Remember, if you're on Periscope, come on to Haps. You'll hear me a lot about talking about Periscope this week. It's just because that is where my live streams were, and people have come on to Haps. Okay, and it's the last 2 weeks of Haps. So, and if you've got any suggestions of anything you want me to do on Haps and on Periscope for the last week, let me know. If there's anything you saw that I used to do you remember the Zumba and all that stuff? We might do a little Zumba next week. We shall see. A lot of people are like thinking, Zumba? You do Zumba as well? I used to do Zumba. Just watch it off the TV, and you just don't watch me do it. Just for because when I couldn't go to classes and things, I used to do that on the TV. And question number 16. 3 points available for this question. I want to know, what are the 3 main types of rainfall? I didn't even know there were 3 different types. I just thought rain just fell from the sky. But apparently there's 3 different types of rainfall. What are they? So 3 points up for grabs if you get all 3 of those. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. 3 types of rainfall. Let me have a look at the answers. Okay, I can understand why it's a bit difficult, this. If you get these, well done. You were definitely paying attention in your geography classes. And number 17. Dina, can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up, please, if you can hear me. So it says my connection's good. So, and question number 5. Okay, we've got a maths question here. Okay, this might take some time. Okay, so the question is, how can the target number 27 be reached using all of the following numbers? So I'm going to give you these 4 numbers, and you've got to get to 27. Now, so how can the target number of 27 be reached using all these numbers? Okay, your first number is 5, your second number is 6, your third number is 3, and your fourth number is 9. So 5, 6, 3, and 9. Okay, I'm going to give you just an extra minute on that question just to work that out. So you need to get to 27 using those numbers, 5, 6, 3, and 9. I think they've all got to be used. No, still 1 second, bear with me there, because you could easily just use 2 numbers. Oh, no, you can't. So you've got to make 27 out of those 4 numbers. If you do that, give yourself a round of applause. Just going to give you a minute. I feel like a maths teacher. Like everybody in the classroom, all goes quiet. I'll give you a clue with that one. It will involve you doing some, I'm not going to say in the right order, but some multiplication, some minusing, and more multiplication. Oh, actually, there's two different ways to do it. Sorry, let me just read that again. Yeah, there's two different ways you can do this. So it involves multiplication and minusing. There's two different ways you can do that. And you have to use all the numbers. You have to use all of the numbers. So 6, 5, 9, and 3. So you can't just use 3 of the numbers. You've got to use all 4 of the numbers. Okay, and we're going to move on to question 18. Which mammal appears first in the English dictionary? Now I know, Sheila, if you're watching this on the quiz, you might be watching me. I've not just copied that question; it's actually on this quiz, and I could send you the. You should know the answer, but it's where I get my quizzes from. It's actually on the quiz. Maybe you found this before. I'm not sure. So, which mammal appears first in the English dictionary? Okay, and number 19. Okay, we've only got one more left after this. Okay, my comments are not coming through. So, which cartoon character, this is number 19, which cartoon character was first to appear solo on a postage stamp in the United States? Which cartoon character was first to appear solo on a postage stamp in the United States? Interesting. And number 20. Okay, just checking my phone. It's not too bad. And number 20, the last one. Okay, the epidermis, the dermis, and the subcutaneous fat form the 3 main layers of what? So the epidermis, the dermis, and the subcutaneous fat form the 3 main layers of what? And that is your final question for today's quiz. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, let me just look at some of these answers. You could be quite surprised. So just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, first of all, because I don't know if I am still connected. I do get the messages coming through. So how did we all do, everybody? Can you all just give me a thumbs up? Just put in the box an emoji, and then we're going to go through the answers, okay? So this point, you can actually put in your answers now. So what do you reckon? So the first question, who was the second president of the United States? You can put the answers in the box now, and then I know exactly how long my delay is. Let me just sit back a bit. Oh. So question number 1, who was the second president of the United States? Do we have, you can put the answers in your box now. Is anybody there? Am I just sat here talking to myself? There used to be many times not many times I used to do that, but many times I'd be on live streaming and then you realise, oh, I'm talking to myself. It's over there because I wasn't even connected. It was quite funny. And I've done that with dancing as well. I've been dancing on a live, when I was testing the live streaming stuff. Caroline knows what I'm talking about here. You've just come in. And I was filming myself for 20 minutes doing the dancing, and I thought, oh no, it's quite crazy. So number 1 then. Okay, Lisa's on, so you have been listening. So, and Caroline's on as well. Brilliant. So who was the second president of the United States? It was indeed, yes, it was John Adams. John Adams. And question number 2 for 4 points up for grabs. This one, what are the 4 main blood groups? What are the 4 main blood groups? If you guess all 4, then give yourself 4 points. Let me keep a track of how many points are available, because whenever I get a message from Mike, you always say to me, I've either got the number of points wrong. I don't even know where my pen is now. I don't even have a pen in this room. Isn't it annoying when you can never find a pen? Never mind. It doesn't matter. What, would you like a matchmaker? Would you like a matchmaker, anybody? I love these. I'm going to save them for tonight, but they need eating. Left over from Christmas. Orange, they need orange. Sorry, guys. I know some people say it's so. Well, they say, "Oh, I just put on £5 just by looking at it." So nice. So, any guesses for number 2? What are the 4 main blood groups? So, give yourselves a point if you've got any of these. So, the first blood group is O. The second blood group is A. The third blood group is B. And the fourth blood group is AB. So Lisa's just popped that in there. Well done. So I've got to go off the answers on here. There might have been like new blood groups. I don't know. I don't know when this quiz was written, to be honest with you, but they're the 4 answers I'm looking for. So if you put O, give yourself a point. If you put A, 1 point. B, another point. And AB together, give yourself. They're the main blood groups. So there might be others. I can't give you any extra points if you for the plus and things, because I know there is like AB plus and all that, but they're just the main ones I was looking for. So well done if you got all those. Give yourself 4 points if you got all of them. If you got 2 points, 3, and so on. Okay, number 3. I was only looking for the number. So how many countries border Germany? How many countries border Germany? So I don't want the names of the countries. I just want how many, a number. How many, what countries border Germany? This was quite surprising, actually. Caroline, look at these. Oh, I shouldn't, but it's just so nice. So pop in the box how many you think, how many countries border Germany. Okay, I'm gonna go through the countries actually before I actually tell you how many there is. So Lisa's saying 4. Caroline, how many countries do you think border Germany? Well, I can tell you the countries are. So you don't get points for the countries, but I'm just going to tell you which countries they are and then give you the number. So we've got Denmark, we've got Poland, we've got the Czech Republic, and we've got Switzerland. We've also got Austria, that's 5. We've got France, 6. We've got Belgium, so it's not 5, Dina. We've got Luxembourg, and then finally, well done if you put 9, we've got the Netherlands. So it's 9. 9 countries border Germany. So well done if you put 9. Give yourself a point. And question number 4. Okay, where did Moses receive the 10 commandments? Now I gave you a clue with this one. I said this could be quite high up. Where was it? So I'm looking for the actual place. If you put, in this instance, because it's a trivia, if you put what I'm thinking is, I will give you a point. And I'll give you a second point if you can actually name what it's called. So any guesses for, oh, Dina. Straight in there. It was, yes, it was Mount Sinai. I think that's how you pronounce it. Mount Sinai. If you put mountain, because I gave you a clue, give yourself a point. But Dina, you get 2 points. for putting Mount Sinai. So well done. Okay, question number 5. What date is Earth Day celebrated annually across the world? What date is Earth Day celebrated annually across the world? So, yeah, well done, Lisa. Yeah, you can have a point for mountain. I'll give you a point for mountain. But Dina, you get, if you put Mount Sinai, give yourself 2 points. Because you could have easily just said mountain. But the fact that Dina got Mount Sinai, you can only have 2 points though if you said Mount Sinai before I said Mount Sinai. Okay. So what date is Earth Day celebrated annually? If you've put April the 21st, you would be wrong. If you put April the 23rd, you would also be wrong because that's St. George's Day. The answer is April the 22nd. So Earth Day is April the 22nd. So if you put that, give yourself a point. And question number 6. Who composed Moonlight Sonata or Sonata? Who composed Moonlight Sonata? I'm going to go through these now as quickly as I can. Okay, the answer, if you put Beethoven, that was the correct answer. Beethoven. Question 7. What is the highest number on the pH scale? What is the highest number on the pH scale? Now we had a tricky, we had a similar question to that a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember? The answer was pH 14. pH 14. And question number 8. This was the Voyage question. Which Royal Navy vessel was commanded by Captain James Cook on his first voyage of discovery to Australia and New Zealand? What was the name of the vessel? It was called HMS Endeavour. The HMS Endeavour. Okay, can't wait for that to open up, the museum. They'll probably rename it that. The Endeavour Museum, I think, or something like that in Whitby. My favourite place to visit. Such a great place. If you've never been to Whitby before, you know, I showed you last year when I was there in September. It's an amazing place. It's very spiritual. You know, they have the Gothic Festival. Obviously, it's in Yorkshire, which is my home county of the world. I didn't realise. I was watching this program. Actually, I'd heard about it, but I completely forgot about it. In between Filey and the Humber Bridge, which is on the east coast, northeast. Well, it's classed. We say northeast because that's the region, but we're in Yorkshire. Northeast, you think of Newcastle and Teesside, County Durham, and where Caroline lives, and Sheila. Give you a shout out. Then, you know, a bit further down in Yorkshire, they have the Wolds Way, which is like an amazing place. I was watching this program, and there were these people. They were riding a penny farthing. What else was there? There was this program I was watching on BBC Two last night. Really, really good. Well, no, sorry, not BBC Two, BBC 4. Okay, so question number 9. To the nearest minute, how long does it take sunlight to travel to Earth? It is approximately 8 minutes. So if you put 8 minutes, well done. If you put 8 minutes 20 seconds, then give yourself an extra point. But the answer was 8 minutes. Give yourself an extra point if you put 8 minutes 20 seconds. Okay, and number 10. Halfway through the quiz answers already. What does the Statue of Liberty carry in her right hand? What does the Statue of Liberty carry in her right hand? Not the wrong hand, the right hand. And I mean right, or is that my left? Right, left. In her right hand. The answer to this one, it was a torch. It's the torch. And question number 11. What is the largest I can't even say this word, herbaceous flowering plant? What is the largest herbaceous flowering plant? It's a fruit plant. Can you guess which one it was? It was the banana plant. So well done if you got that one. And number 12, how many tales are told in Canterbury Tales? How many tales are told in the Canterbury Tales? It was 24. 24. I'm going to just fly through these now, guys, because my battery is quite low and I don't want it to go off. We're not going to play that game that I said. We did a little bit of a game this morning on. You'll have to go back and watch the replay when I was making my breakfast and the stew. And we had a preview of the game that I was going to play with you. We'll do it another day, and we'll do it probably on Monday or maybe next week. I'm not sure yet. Okay, and question 13. Okay, which infamous gangster was known by the nicknames of Jack Rabbit and Public Enemy Number 1? The answer was John Dillinger. John Dillinger. And which famous baseball player was married to Marilyn Monroe? Number 14. It was Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio was the answer to number 14. And question 15. What year was Representation of the People's Act introduced in Great Britain, giving women who met a certain criteria the right to vote for the first time? And it was 1918. That was obviously the end of the war. End of the First World War, should I say. Question number 16. Now, this is a good question. 3 points for this one. If you know the answer, put your answers in the comments. I want to know, what are the 3 main types of rainfall? And don't just say slow, medium, and fast. That's not the answer. You'd probably think that you'd think it would be something so simple, wouldn't you? But apparently there's 3 types of rainfall. What do you think those are? Bit technical with this one, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to give you the answers. It's convectional, frontal, and relief. When I say relief, don't be thinking of something else. But convectional, frontal, and relief. So if you put maybe one of those answers, give yourself a point. If you put all 3, then well done, 3 points. And number 17, this was a little bit of a maths question. How can the target number 27 be reached using all of the following numbers: 5, 6, 3, and 9? So there's 2 ways you could have done this for 27. You could do 6 minus 5. Remember, you have to use all the numbers up. So 6 minus 5, which is 1, times it by 9, which is 9, times it by 3, which is 27. Or you could have done 6 minus 5 again. Actually, they put the same thing. Oh, no, 1 second. Oh, yes, it's basically 2 different ways. 6 minus 5 again, which is 1. You could have times it by 3 instead of 9. And again, times it by the last number, which is 9. So 3 times 9 is 27. So it's a nice little easy one there, I think. It just looked so complicated. It looked like a long equation on my screen when they put all the numbers right next to each other. I didn't see the word "or" in between, so that's why I got confused earlier. And number 18, this was a nice easy one. Which mammal appears in first in the English dictionary? It was, of course, aardvark, spelled Aardvark. Number 19. Which cartoon character was first to appear solo on a postage stamp in the United States? Which cartoon character was first to appear solo on a postage stamp in the United States? I think this cartoon character was also the first character to have his own film in a sort of mixed reality. Do you remember? I'll give you the name of the film. It was I actually completely forgot what it's called. It's like a basketball film. Pump Up the Jam is a very famous song from the movie. And you also see this character at the beginning of, you used to be able to see it, of Warner Brothers. It was Bugs Bunny, and that was in. If you put 1997, did I ask you the year? No, I didn't ask you the year. But if you put 1997 alongside Bugs Bunny, give yourself an extra point. No, it wasn't like Mickey Mouse, but I did think of that as well. Or so yeah, Bugs Bunny. And then last question, everybody. Hopefully you've enjoyed this today. I'd try and do my quizzes within like 30 minutes. That was my aim. But I know I'd go over. We're already 46 minutes in. So that's my challenge, is trying to get the quiz within half an hour. So I can carry on doing them again in the future. But we've got still loads more quizzes to do. I'm never going to be out of quizzes. Okay, number 20, the epidermis, dermis, and subcutaneous. I don't know, I can't even speak now. Form the three main layers of what? So the epidermis, dermis, and subcutaneous fat forms the three main layers of what? It was of course the skin. It was the skin. Did you know your skin is an organ? The skin is actually an organ, guys, not the musical instrument. It's an actual body organ, so look after it. Okay. So there's your quiz. That is your 20 points, 20 questions. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. I'm going to go make some lunch now, and then probably go for a nice long walk somewhere. And go and get a nice coffee. I need a coffee. I'm not a fan of filter coffees. Not after having a coffee machine. So well done, everybody. Let me see how many points that was out of. So you could in total have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops, sorry, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and then 27, the extra point for Mount Sinai, just so I didn't forget that for Dina. So did I just say 27 then? Yep. 27. Oh, 28 for the minute question. If you put 8 minutes, 20 seconds. 28. So 28 it's out of. Caroline says, thank you, enjoyed it. You're very welcome, Caroline. Can't wait for the music quiz tonight. If you're all wondering, unfortunately, you can't see Caroline's music quiz because it's on a separate thing. But who knows, one day, if we really, really ask Caroline nicely, she might, well, she can't do a music quiz anyway on here because can't play music. But maybe in the future, Caroline would take over from me and do a quiz, and we'll all come into your broadcast. That would be really good to see, Caroline. Okay, so yeah, it's out of 28. Let me know how you did. Let me know how you did. Lisa has 10 points. Well done. That's still a good score. Even getting one right's good because at least you know at least something. So how did you do, Dina? How did you do? I know you definitely got 2 points. How did we do? You never guess who's appeared on my screen, and you never know who's. You want to see this? Who's watching me on my screen? Let me just lift this up. I can't. It's because it's a new series. Look at the only person who's appeared on my screen. Shouldn't really give him the time of day, but it annoys me because he was from Leeds and like people knew what he was doing. I used to know a friend who actually knew exactly what he was doing. Look at that. He's like just been staring at me for the last 20 minutes as I went down the answers. Can you believe that? Apparently there's a new program about his life on Discovery Plus. You know what I'm talking about, Caroline, don't you? People are wondering who he is. You'll have to go onto Discovery Plus and watch it. Sponsored by Discovery Plus. You should give me free access now. I won't even watch it. I won't even waste my time watching it all. Okay. I know, who knows? Oh, in regards to the quiz. Yeah. Okay. So, well done, everybody. Thank you for taking part in the quiz today. I will be back on Monday and we'll do another quiz. I'll be probably on over the weekend doing some more cooking. And yeah, remember the 3 S's to share this broadcast if you're watching on the replay. Share out, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, you might lose me, and then you can never. You'll be like, I love that quiz, but I've completely forgot who it was, and then you're like, where can you find it? So hit the 3 dots at the bottom somewhere, or click on my name at the top and just press the subscribe button. And then finally, if you would really like the broadcast, even on the replay, and you've enjoyed the quiz, and you've got coins and awards, you can send them to me. Or if you really, really like to, you can sponsor me, which is at the top of my profile. And that allows, I think that sends a fixed amount of coins. I'm not too sure how many it is. But remember, if you're not watching on Haps, join Haps, because Periscope ends at the end of the month. And I've noticed it is a lot better on it's a lot better on Haps now. The reason it's better on Periscope is because everyone's leaving Periscope. So don't be that boring person at the party on your own when everybody's gone. But we will be having a big party on Periscope in Jilly's broadcast. So if you're watching this, give her a follow on Periscope. Jilly Bean Music, GILLYBEAN Music. And then on the last day, that's where we're all going to be anyway. Okay, while she's playing the piano. So have a great day, guys. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you for the dancing this morning as well. Good dance. Love it. So I'll see you tonight I'll see Caroline tonight, and I'll see everybody else. I might even come on later and do some cooking. See. So take care, guys. See you later. Bye.